So I've recently expanded my business to a new location, and I'm going to tell you a few of the things I'm going to do to get things going in this new area. So if you don't know already, I own Enhanced Cleaning. It's a residential and office cleaning company. We're based in a few locations around Australia now. Our main business is in Bunbury, Western Australia, and we've recently expanded into Perth's south. So we have a location in Perth's north, but we're now going into the southern suburbs. And so we need to build up some clientele and get some staff on board. So what I'm going to do is I do this every time I launch a new business, whether it be my own or for someone else. So first things first is you just want to look at the areas and find where there's different gaps in the market and little niches that you can go into. So I've identified a few suburbs where there aren't really many cleaners. That being said, they're still really good suburbs. They fit my target demographic. They're affluent suburbs. They have exactly the type of customer avatar that we're after, like dual income households, young-ish sort of people. And so I've identified the market I want to go into. Now it's just a question of how do I get these people to want to buy my services. And so I'll be doing a mixture of a few things because it's always good to do multiple things when you're building clientele. And so I'll be doing a mix of online and offline marketing. I'll be doing some letterbox drops. Obviously, when I started my business, I did this, but I was doing all that letterbox stuff myself. I was out on the pavement 4 or 5 hours a day handing out flyers. Not going to be doing that now, especially because I have the capital now to be able to just pay Australia Post to go and do that for me. And if you don't know this, you can actually get Australia Post to do mailbox drops in like a suburb for you. So you give them, 500 flyers, 1,000, 2,000, and you pay them a rate per flyer, and they will go into a suburb and just put them into every letterbox in that neighborhood. It'll be unaddressed mail. It'll just be the flyer straight into the mailbox. And they will actually do that for you for a fee. It's really good if you want to get explosive growth in a new area and you have that capital to be able to do it. It might cost you $1,000. It might cost you a bit more, but it's really good for quick growth. And so that's the offline stuff that I'll be doing. I'll be doing some letterbox drops, some flyers, things like that. And then for the online marketing, which is where it's really at. So I've got the TikTok going now. So I've actually gotten a few clients already from TikTok in Perth, but that's cheating a little bit, isn't it? We consider that cheating. So we won't count that. I'll be on Facebook a bit, doing the group posts. So I've actually got a new VA, a virtual assistant, which I'll talk about in the next episode. I really want to deep dive into VAs because they're amazing, and I think a lot more people should be using them in their business. So I've got a VA who's going to be doing all of my Facebook group posting. So we're going to create a few ads. We'll just be sort of putting them in different buy and sell and community and discussion groups, and doing what I did in Bunbury when I first started my business, which is just sharing them in these groups. It's completely free, does not cost you anything, and it's actually really responsive. You get very high engagement. You get a lot of bookings from these Facebook groups because they're just so engaged, and they're so pinpoint accurate in terms of people who what's the word I'm looking for? The reach. The reach is really accurate. So when you're paying for Facebook ads, you might spend $100 and you only get, 1,000 impressions or 2,000 impressions. And the likelihood of those 2,000 people seeing your ad, one of them wanting to actually buy your service right now is pretty low. But with Facebook groups, you can just put out ad after ad, and you're hitting like thousands of people a day over and over again. It's not costing you anything. And then eventually it's going to hit someone or a bunch of people who are looking for a house cleaner right now, and they go with you. So that's the beauty of Facebook group posting. It doesn't cost you anything. You can just keep doing it over and over again, and you can stay on top of people's consciousness, and eventually the snowball starts to build and you'll get clients from that. So that's another thing I'll be doing. It's what I did when I started my business in Bunbury. It's always worked. It's never not generated me clients. So I'll be doing that. I'll also be running Google ads, which is something I haven't done before. The reason for this is I just want to get the ball rolling as quickly as possible, and I want to build a solid foundation in this new location. So Google ads, probably the most foolproof way of getting clients in the cleaning business. If you think about it, whenever someone needs a cleaner, they're straight onto Google looking for house cleaners in my city, house cleaners near me, those sort of keywords. And so when you can put an ad up the top and position it at the very top of that search, you're more than likely going to be the first person they click on. I think the statistic is like 80 or 90% of people click on the very first result when they search something. So having that authority and having that placement is going to be really valuable. And so Google Ads, especially while I'm not ranked number one in this new location, as I build up that SEO over time and that search ranking, that's going to be good long term. It's been really good long term in Bunbury, and it's allowed me to grow my business to $1 million in Bunbury. But obviously, right now, we're new. We don't have all that. We don't have all that credibility. We don't have reviews. We're going to need to pay for that positioning on Google. And so, Google Ads, Facebook group posting. Probably not going to do Facebook paid ads because I just don't think we need it at the moment. And also letterbox drops. So those are the three main things we'll be doing. I'll also be doing what's called a passive marketing campaign. And that's going to be my competition, which you would have heard me talk about either on TikTok or on this podcast. So that competition will be running in the background at all times. And that's just going to generate me leads on a day-to-day basis that I can sift through and hopefully call on whenever I need new customers. I can try and convert them into paying customers. So that's a couple of things I'll be doing in this new location. And I'll try to document the journey as much as possible. It's been kind of crazy. I've been so busy. It's really hard. Like I have so many ideas for what I want to do, but it's just so hard to actually act on them because I just don't have the time for it at the moment. But I'll try to document that experience as much as I can to keep you up to date with what's working, what's not working, and share my wins and my failures with you. So that's going to be really fun. I'd love to hear what you're doing in your business at the moment and hear what's working for you and what isn't. So if you are listening to this and you've got a couple of ideas from this, I want you to go and try it, see how it works in your business, and if you're doing things right now, please share them with me. Let me know what's going well for you and what isn't. Feel free to send me your ads on Instagram and I'll critique them and give you my opinion. My opinion isn't worth much more than yours, but I'm happy to give you my 2 cents. So yeah, those are a couple of things I'll be doing to launch my new location. It's what I've done in other locations and for other people's businesses. And I've always been able to get a pretty quick start right out of the gate. So we'll see how things go in this new area of Perth. My hope is that we can build a solid foundation before the end of the year because right now it's December 8th, I think. So it's a bit of an awkward time because we're about to go into that holiday period and we're about to take a break. And so it's just not a great time to be launching a new location and growing something. So we'll see. I might just push on the brakes a little bit and just wait until the new year because it's really just not a great time. So, but yeah, I'll try to keep you up to date with how things go and how all the marketing goes. I'm really excited to try Google Ads because it's something I've always wanted to do, but I've just never needed it because we've had so much business coming in. But I know Google Ads is probably the best way to grow a cleaning business. And so I'm going to be pumping a lot of money into that. You can learn from my pocket, basically. You don't have to go and spend thousands of dollars on Google Ads. Just let me do it, and I'll tell you what works and what doesn't. So, yep, that's my plan. It's what I've done countless times now, and it always works. If you want some help with your Facebook ads or doing flyers or a competition, send me a DM on Instagram or TikTok. I'm always happy to help. Always happy to share the knowledge and experience. And just keep doing your thing. It's a really fun game, this business. So, and as we go into the new year, make sure you're writing down your goals. Make sure you have a clear vision for what you want to achieve in 2024. It is 2024 we're going into, right? Yeah. Okay, it is. Right. Jeez, I'm so out of touch. But yeah, write down your goals. Get clarity. Clarity is really important. You can't grow a business without clarity. You need to figure out where you are and where you want to go. So write stuff down, get things out of your head. That's the most important part. And then once you've got something on paper, you have a vision that you can now work towards. So do that. Make sure you give yourself some time off. It's really important, especially this time of year. I know it can get busy, especially if you're like in the Airbnb space or short-term rentals, but give yourself that time off to recharge and recalibrate and plan for the next year, because even just taking a week or two off from your business can yield very big results down the track. You might not know it now, but it will pay off in the future. So give yourself that break. You've probably worked really hard this year and you definitely deserve it. So I'll keep you up to date with how things are going, how my marketing is going in this new location. It should be a really fun journey and I'll bring you along with me for it. So thanks for listening to another episode of Self-Made. I'll be back in the next episode talking about virtual assistants and how you can utilize them in your business in a very, very cool way. So I'll see you then.